Good morning, everyone. Carol here from aquahaven747.com. In today's video, I would like to share with you my extreme declutter of my sheds that I've been sharing with two of my sons. If you have a shared space that you've been trying to get decluttered, you may or may not find it as challenging as I have to get other people to do what they need to do. But anyway, I hope you can get some tips here, and I will see you at the end. Just wanted to show you shed number 1 before. My son's just been throwing things in here. So that's number 1. This is shed number 2, which is mostly my gardening stuff, and as you can see, wood, and someone's thrown some other stuff in here. So that needs to be cleaned out too, of course. Finally, this is shed number 3. My other son's been using it for his e-bike and car parts and tires and whatnot, and I don't know who all those bikes belong to, but yeah, I think this can all go too. Okay, so I was trying to come up with a plan for how I'm going to deal with these sheds and storing the things that I still want to keep. I've already cleaned out most of the shop, but there's a couple of doors in there, and I thought, well, I should have all the doors together, and the best place to keep them would be in one of the sheds. Originally I was thinking about putting it in the smaller one, number 1, beside here, but now that I'm looking at it, I think this one would probably be the best because it is the highest and will probably make it easiest to get the doors in and out. I guess my son's going to be off the hook because I'm going to use this shed as my starting point. Okay, so I've cleaned out this half, swept it all. I put the bricks in the in between the joists there, and I brought everything outside. I found all kinds of extra pressure treated lumber that we can use, and yeah, all that stuff there. So now I'm going to start putting some stuff back in. Okay, so I finally got all the doors moved in here. It's my exterior screen door, which is not that old, but the wind had ripped it off the hinges. So anyway, it's in here. An old stainless steel door, and then for exterior, and then there's the 3 doors, the interior doors there. So that is what I have here so far. The next thing I'm going to move in is my leftover lattice pieces, and what I plan on using those for are privacy screens in my big planters in the yard. Probably won't get to it this year, but so if you are trying to figure out what to keep and what to get rid of all your leftover building supplies, if you have a lot like mine, try and think specifically if you know a project that you may need it for. If you can't come up with anything, then you might want to just get rid of it. Sell it, give it away, take it to the dump if it's not donatable. Yeah, so anyway, I will put the camera down now that I've had a little breather and do that. Okay, so I've got everything cleaned out here. I've even emptied out these boxes and restacked the wood in them. So these will be for the fire pit in the backyard. And it's been years since I had a fire, but I'm really hopeful that next year I'll actually get to do that. So that's where I have all that stuff. I still have all this stuff to go through here. So I just wanted to say, like, the reason I have a lot of the stuff I do is because of my fantasy life here. my part of my fantasy life is that I'm a gardener. Not. Anyway, that is my fantasy. I didn't actually make a garden this year. I'm hopeful that next year it'll actually happen. I've been extremely busy this year with doing other things around the house outside, so I won't have those things to do next year. And yeah, I'm hoping I'm actually going to have time to do that. So I've kept a few of these tomato cages. So in this basket, I've got all cages and stakes for plants, an extra rake thing. I've got the weed fabric there to put down as well. So that's all that's in that one. And in this bucket over here, I put my tools that I wanted to keep. I hung up the ones that had handles, and the rest of them are just in the in here. There's some parts for my lawnmower too, which I never use. I shouldn't say never use. I think I use them once in a blue moon. So I'm not going to get rid of them. I'm not that good at getting rid of accessories yet. But anyway, that's what that is. Keeping my bag of decorative stone. I do have a place to put that at one of my rental properties. Some nice mouse decided to make a home in it, so I had to get rid of all the newspaper in it. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. My next thing to do is to go through all the planters over there and try and get rid of a bunch of those. Okay, so I've gone through all my planters and plant pots and things here. I've got 4 of these leaf bags left down here that I'm sure I'll be using shortly. I did keep 3 of those solar light things. The solar part's missing on them, but I know I like those ones better than some of the ones that actually have toppers on them. So these would be like interior pots here, plates to go under the pots. I'm going to plant these tulip bulbs. They're from this year, so I think they might be okay. If I leave them in here over the winter, for sure the mice are going to get them. I have 2 of the gray, 2 of the black of this style, 2 of the black that style, 4 of this other style here, which is actually the same as those in the hanging planters. And so next year I know I don't have to buy any hanging planters. I can just get flowers and dirt to put in them. And more outside. I have 2 of these type pots. And I got a few of these. I'm getting rid of all the plastic ones, as much as I think, I'll be a gardener and, grow things from seedlings and whatnot. I probably won't. So I think I should just recognize that for one of those fantasy things that's never going to come true. So I've left a space here for the one planter like this that I have out for one of my guest suites. And I've kept all my brackets for my balcony boxes because I know next year I'm going to actually be able to use them. My decks will be done, and I can use them then. So anyway, this is it for me today. I'm just going to put, I should show you what I've done here. Okay, the wood is not going back in there. I've got a garbage can full of stuff here, and this is all going in recycling. And there's a bunch of little things over here which I don't know if they're gonna go to the dump or if anybody's gonna want them, but that's where they are. Okay, so one of my sons came and sorted through all this stuff that was in this shed. So what's left in here, a lot of it he wants to try and sell, and he took some pictures to put online to do that. There's a few things he wants to keep. So it's just a matter now of getting a truck and taking it to his house. Here is shed number 1 after. So all my son's stuff is gone that was in here. And here is wood that I am keeping, at least for now. So here we are in my 3rd shed that my other son was using. Oh, well, actually, the other son was also using this because this tabletop was his. So I don't know if he still wants that or not. But we got all the garbage out and recycling, and we reorganized stuff, and he was just ecstatic that he found a few things that were missing. So he's taken a few things home with him today. This stuff here belongs to someone else, so he's going to drop those off next time he comes, and then hopefully in the not too distant future he will get to all the stuff in the back. He had a quick look through things, but he needs to go through all that stuff again and hopefully get rid of it or move it out of here. So yeah, so I'm very pleased with the progress today. Okay, so my other son's shed here is done, as much as it's going to be for now. I had hoped he would get rid of all that stuff underneath the tarp in the back there, but he's not ready to do that yet. But I think he did a very good job getting the rest of this cleaned out. He will be getting new winter tires, and then some more of those will go. Yeah, I guess my biggest takeaway for my extreme declutter of shared spaces, being the sheds, is to be patient. And yeah, let me know what your takeaway is. What's the main thing that you have learned by watch me go through this process. Yeah, so hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.